Okay, Craig on the show today. Very excited about that. I'm trying to get in the zone. Whatever, loser, sexual, you wanna be, ooh yeah.
Mark my words, boy, you will learn. Whatever wannabe loser jealous, you know it. Okay? Sexual.
Hello everybody, it is day 77, the time is 5:33. Welcome to Big Brother's Little Brother. It's a little show that gives you the big picture. Or Mala Programa Shi To Vit Bora Po GP Elm Vic Ik, as I believe they're probably saying as we speak in Macedonia. Coming up on the show today, freshly evicted from the house, the old Chroma Crimpus here. There he is. We're finding out who's the bookie's favourite Paddy Power up there. To be fair, won't be interviewing Paddy Power up there. He'll be down here in the safety of a sofa. But we kick off the show as we always do with Little Brother's big news. OK, at 9:49 last night, a housemate was called to the diary room and it was Eugene that went. You probably know this, but we've got a recap, OK? Big Brother told Eugene he had 1 minute to decide if he wanted to take the £50,000 for himself, leaving the other half of the prize money for whoever wins on Friday. What Eugene didn't know, I say my best Jeremy Beadle, was that Big Brother had told the remaining housemates if he turned down the offer, the prize winner for the winner would be doubled to £200,000. After an agonising minute, Eugene took the £50,000. He thought he was going to be evicted. He wasn't. Eugene can still win tomorrow, and the prize money for whoever wins stands at £50,000. So Eugene is now 50 grand the richer for doing absolutely nothing. And finally, we haven't got much time today. Got Craig on, so I want to get through as much as we possibly can. It's just enough time for Weave Watch. Check the wig out today. It's ginormous. After 1,000, this is huge Weave Watch news. After 1,839 hours of wearing a weave in the house, Makosi has finally lost patience with the afro and taken to it with a pair of scissors. Here is how events unfolded.
No cameras on me, please, Big Brother. No cameras on me. I'm going to take this week off.
Two words, Don King. But a beautiful Don King. That, my friends, was the last ever Weave Watch. Oh, and relax. So, last night, Craig became the 11th housemate to be evicted from the Big Brother house. He was in there for 67 or 76 days. There, ooh, he means business. There are still thousands of unanswered questions, such as, did he ever get the salon's views out there? What actually happens at the end of the day? And what the heck are the system lords? With that in mind, today's Cool BBLB could only be Ask Craig. These are numbers to call. OK, so he was one of the most talked about housemates of the series, but last night he was evicted with 4.1% of the vote to win. We hope he's got a little left to give to the public. He's simply delicious. Please welcome Craig, everyone! Well done, Craig. You were an extraordinary housemate.
Thank you.
From the out, it was brilliant. OK, you've been out of the house for nearly 24 hours. Has it sunk in yet?
I don't know, really. I've been shopping today and that sort of just felt normal, really.
But everyone, you know, I saw you before and everyone was saying, all right, Craig, how can we help?
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's weird. It's exciting. Yeah. I love it.
And obviously, you see your friends and family, you know, has the whole experience sunk in yet?
Yeah. Not really. I think after tomorrow night it probably will. OK. Obviously, you know you've got so much to come in the next couple of days. Yeah.
The end of the show and so forth. Stacks you to talk about, but first, let's remind ourselves what happened last night.
The housemate finishing in 5th place is Craig. Craig, you have 30 seconds to say your goodbyes. I'm coming to get you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Craig!
my parents? They're not here, are they?
I don't know, babes.
I'm feeling nervous. If I know where my family is, I'll be all right.
But listen, Craig, you'll meet them.
Oh, yes!
Listen, there are two people here just really dying to see you. It's your mum and dad. Go down and meet them.
What was your favourite moment in the house? Probably giving birth to baby Brittany.
And we know that you want Anthony to win, obviously, but who else would you like to see?
None of them. I'd rather the show just suddenly ended. It's exciting, it's fabulous. I love my parents so much and they were brilliant. I have arrived!
Leslie there to say hello as well, lovely. Now, you dreamt you were going to be evicted to booze, and you were. How did that feel? Did you expect it?
Yeah.
Because before you went in the house, the one thing you did say on your audition tape was that, you know, I am going to be a bitch, and I am going to talk about people, and I'm going to...
No, I enjoyed it.
Yes, and we saw you enjoyed it. You were quite quiet to start with, I thought.
I know, but I just thought I've got to suss everyone out first before I can, you know who to...
Get the daggers out!
Know who to get my teeth into.
But you and your whole family, you're Big Brother fans, so you did go in there looking at as a game show?
No, but it's weird when you go in there, though, because you're not seeing it from the outside. You don't realise what it's going to be like. You go in there, it's just like a normal house, really, with just like loads of people. It's like a big party all the time.
OK. You stood out for us from the start because your audition footage was extraordinary. I've said to your mum and dad, it was the most terrifying audition I've ever seen in my entire life, right? I would never in a million years want to get on the wrong side of you. Look at this.
I'm an opinionated person. I love my attitude. I love having opinions on people. I voice my opinions on people. I always have done, I always will do. I need to get my views out there. I need to get Alan's views out there. I'm very good at spreading rumours because I can make people believe what I want them to believe. All you've got to do is literally look at people's weaknesses and exploit them. I love destroying people's lives and I get great delight in seeing other people unhappy.
Terrifying! Do you think you lived up to that?
Not really, because it's different when you go on there, because you know, when you're living with the people, it's different, because when you watch them, you think, oh yeah, I hate them, but when you're living with them, you can't really sort of go on at them all the time because you've got to live with the people, do you know what I mean?
OK, in week one, we immediately saw a very emotional side to you. Which is the real you, or is it both?
I think it's both, really. Yeah, it's both.
OK. Do you know why you faced eviction in week one?
Yeah, because Mackenzie put me up, didn't she?
There we go. I'll get rid of that question then. Be a nice little thing I could have dropped in there. Yeah. Did you? When did you find out about that?
About 2 weeks ago. Well, she lied about it again because she can't help herself, and she said, "Oh, the person with the second lowest votes would get it."
The strange thing is,
but Derek told me what really happened, though. He said she had to put somebody up against Mary.
The strange thing about the house this year, especially, is that I think everyone's opinions changed on people who are in the house on a daily basis. 1 minute someone's been nice to someone, 1 minute someone's been nasty to someone. Did you have like any other proper friends in there? Because you seem to get on quite well with Mackenzie. But did you have any other proper friends in there other than Anthony, Maxwell, Saskia?
And no.
So, the conversations that you had with Derek and Mackenzie and so forth, is that just
they were conversations with just living with them. I wasn't interested in what they were saying, really. It's just a conversation, you know what I mean? I was listening to it and I was like, yeah. As far as Mackenzie goes, because she lies and changes everything all the time, you'd never know what she's thinking of you or what she's going to do. So that's why I keep her at arm's length. Do you know what I mean? I tell her what she wants to hear, and I just keep her away from me.
It's weird with Mackenzie because she's such a great housemate in terms of the show.
Yeah.
And yet, very much like your audition tape, you'd be terrified to get on the wrong side because she is so duplicitous.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's go on to Eugene. Why do you think Eugene was trying to destroy you?
Because he was just, I don't know. He's just like, he says stuff under his breath all the time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he does. I don't know why they aren't showing it. He does, right? I was in the garden and we had the task. It was when we had to draw the person, and he just was like, "Oh, why don't you just shut up?" under his breath all the time. He's always saying snidey things under his breath and pulling faces.
OK, do you think he really fancied Anthony?
Eugene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon he did.
Do you think?
Yeah. He
No,
did,
come on.
He did. He's pretending.
Eugene,
and people said I was the stalker.
If Eugene had Anthony or a radio...
That ain't me, that's Eugene.
Eugene had Anthony or a radio, he'd go for the radio every time. Come on.
Yeah, but he's weirdo.
OK. Last night, Eugene was given the chance to take half the prize money, £50,000. He did it. What would you have done, Craig?
I wouldn't have taken it, because whoever won deserves the whole amount of money. It's, at the end of the day...
Say that and go like that or something. Brilliant.
You see, you don't know though, because if you're there, you can't really say. It's very tempting. I personally would have been so paranoid. I thought, my God, if I take the money, they'll probably say you've just evicted yourself, and you ain't having any of it.
Yeah.
So I probably thought, actually, no, I'm not touching it.
But it must have been so tempting from there, knowing that there's 50. Well, anyone.
But the thing that I don't understand about him is though, this is a bloke that would cry about locking somebody in a cage for half an hour. Yet the same bloke that would then take 50 grand and deprive somebody of half the money to win the show. But that, to me, personally, that's two separate people.
Yeah, I know it's a sweeping statement for me to say, but just you also have to understand that house does strange things to people, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Okay, listen, we're going to talk more to you after the break. I can't wait. But it was so unfair the way you were evicted yesterday. We felt very sorry for you. So a few things we want you to be reunited with. Firstly, and most importantly for you, I think, your suitcase.
Excellent.
You've got all your clothes. You still got the same clothes on, you poor thing.
I know.
Secondly, midway through his dinner, so we've got your Chinese here that we just ordered for you. So you can have a little munch of that. And it's hot, look. Isn't that nice?
Lovely, thank you.
What's the matter with you? It's a bit ungrateful. Lastly, we got a training bra sent in by two of our viewers, Pamela and Susan from Warrington. There you go. Don't look at me, they were sent in by our viewers. There you go.
They're probably just jealous because I've got bigger tits than them, so...
Thanks, Craig.
Whatever, we're going to be...
There we go. Craig, everybody. Thank you, Craig. Craig is back with us after the break, and we get the lowdown on who the bookies think will crown the winner tomorrow, so we'll see you in 3. Hey, welcome back to Big Brother's Little Bit. Sorry, I looked a bit like a hooker. It's day 77, the time is 5:49, still to come. More from Craig. He doesn't want to eat that. I can tell he doesn't want to eat that. Listen, over the last 11 weeks, the housemates' fun and frolics have been closely observed by bookies across the country. Here to tell us about the ups and downs of Big Brother betting's Paddy Power, everyone. Hi, Paddy, nice to see you. Yes, indeed. Paddy Power, who week 1 predicted Maxwell as favourite to win, closely followed by Sam and Taskia.
Shrewdy, I'm very shrewd.
OK. Overall, how accurate have the bookies been this year?
We've actually not been very accurate at all. Some of the evictions we've got completely the wrong way. They've flip-flopped before they've actually happened. Like, we didn't think Science would get thrown out when he got thrown out. Orla the same. We thought Orla would get thrown out and she stayed in. So
is that bad for you, though, in terms of money? Have you lost money?
Yeah, we probably lose a few quid on those ones. But overall, we're doing OK. We're keeping our heads above water. You know us bookies, we always win. OK, we're going to talk about odds for the final 4. First of all, Makosi's the one that's been the most erratic, isn't she? She has, yeah. She started off, we'll use our little chart. I can't believe this has lasted all this time. But 10-1 Makosi was.
BBLB abacus.
As soon as she walked in the door, 10-1. This is her abacus, yeah. 10-1. And then she shortened all the way down to 5-2 favourite.
When was that? Was it just...
That was like the first 2 weeks. Just everybody piled into Makosi. They thought she was the one. She was the one with the strongest personality or whatever.
That's literally nothing to do with events in the house. That's just punters putting money on.
Just backing her. And then suddenly... she had the incident with Anthony, and she gave him a real injection up the odds, and she came flying, drifting all the way down. She's all the way down now, and the thing that's most relevant with Makosi is there's only 4 housemates left. She's now 25-1, which is the biggest price she's ever been.
25-1.
So this whole arrogance thing she's getting.
Well, when she was in the diary room the other day and she just said, "I think I'm going to win," that I thought of you.
Yeah, exactly.
I just thought, God, that's not going to help her odds
like this
at all. Yeah,
because she's our worst result at the moment. I mean, it's because of the money early on, people have backed her at shorter odds. Now she's out to 25s, and to be honest with you, I think she's shot herself in the foot big time with her attitude for the recent days.
Just very briefly, Kinga, what's the deal
Very
there?
briefly, yeah. Well, she's always been in or around 8 or 10-1 since she got into the house. It was 33-1 for a non-starter to win Big Brother, and there's 2 of them left in the final. It was unbelievable. But she was about 8 or 10-1, allying herself to Eugene, did her a few favours because he was doing so well in the odds. So she's drifted now slightly because down to the final 4. I think herself and Makosi might be has-beens at this stage. Now
then, just very briefly, Eugene's decision last night, how's that affected things?
Well, amazingly, last night when Eugene made that decision to take the money, we thought that was a big negative. And he was slight favourite before that, and then they flip-flopped. Anthony went back to favourite, and Anthony looked a shoe-in about 2 weeks ago until his big fight with Craig. But his odds slightly drifted, so Anthony went favourite, and then the punters took the gloves off. They piled into Eugene. I'm telling you, this guy is shortening, and he's going to keep shortening. He's all the way down. He's 4-7 favourite now. It's the shortest he's ever been.
So he's favourite right now?
He's favourite right now. He's taking over from
just very briefly, Anthony, has he always been around there?
He's always been. Anthony at the very start was in or around a 12 or 14-1 shot, but he's come in as the show has gone on ever since the incident with Makosi. He came out the bets of that, and he's shortened right down. He was 2-5 favourite a week and a half ago. We thought the book was finished, but he was too short a price. I thought it was destroyed from a betting point of view. But then after his fight with Craig, he started drift a slight little bit. And he's back up there now. He's 5-4. It looks a 2-horse race at this stage. It's a match, toss of a coin.
OK, brilliant. Thanks a lot, Paddy, everybody. OK, tomorrow night, either Anthony, Eugene, King or Makosi will win Big Brother 6. Who wins is entirely up to you, and here is how you vote. OK, Craig, still with us, everyone? Craig, there are two people who supported you throughout your time in the house. It's your mum and dad. They're with us now. That and John. Well, I have to say, we hardly ever saw them. We saw them like first couple of weeks and that was it. Never saw them again. Never mind. OK, Yvette first. What was the hardest thing to watch during Craig's time in the house? Because Craig, that was the real roller coaster.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster for everybody. The hardest thing for us was seeing how he was being portrayed on there, knowing that that wasn't the real Craig.
But it's difficult, isn't it? Because obviously, you know, they say these things, they do these things, so, you know, it still is him, isn't it?
He says the things and he does the things, but it's the way that you can also edit certain situations to make it look different to how it actually happens.
So you weren't happy with how he is portrayed in the house?
No, I wasn't, no.
OK, John, did you see a different side to Craig in the house?
Yeah, a lot of the emotions. I mean, Craig obviously, as we all saw, got very upset. And obviously, you know, being his dad, I felt for him a lot. And, you know, I'm quite a strong person myself. And, you know, at times I just wanted him to be strong. And obviously, you know, after the interview with Davina, that was so important just to see him and let him know that we're here for him and give, you know, to show him our support, really.
I don't think anyone could question how strong... Sorry to talk about you like you're not here. But I don't think anyone could question how strong Craig is mentally, though, in terms of how he reacted to situations and how... I mean, he's a very headstrong human being, isn't he?
Yeah, but, I mean, you know yourself, when you're down or you're fed up, you know, you can go for a walk, you can put music on, watch telly. There's certain ways of unwinding. In a house where there's nowhere to go, apart from the diary room, and speak to a microphone, it must be very, very hard to unwind in there. And, you know, we all can't say how Craig felt because, you know, we weren't in that situation. But, you know, it was hard at times, and, you know, and we, you know, me and his mum, we just really felt for him and, you know, was just trying to understand what he was going through, really.
Sure. Craig, you spoke to Davina about Anthony quite a lot last night. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
Not really.
I knew you were going to say not really. No. But are you worried? The more you talk, you're worried about how it will affect your chances. That's what you said to Davina last night. You said you didn't want to say too much because you just want...
Yeah, because I don't want our friendship to be portrayed as something that it wasn't. It was just literally a friendship. When you live with somebody 24 hours a day, you know, you don't see your own parents 24 hours a day, you know, or your best friends. You know, you do get close to people. Do you know what I mean?
You did like him an awful lot, though, to be fair.
But as a person, you know, at the end of the day, because the thing was, there was nobody else on there who I could get on with. So I didn't know what else to do. It was either that or just, like, sit on the garden on my own. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just weird.
OK. You were away from home for 3 months. What did you miss the most? Tell me your mum's a good cook.
Nice food.
Nice food?
Nice food down there.
You're a good cook, though.
Apparently I did all the cooking on the show, didn't I?
You have to be in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, then. Listen, we've hardly got any time left, so I just want to say thank you so much. You're an extraordinary housemate. Craig, everybody.
You.
Craig, this is what little brother loved about you.
The reason I think I was picked to be a housemate was because of my excellent personality.
Oh, I missed. I look after Adony. Nobody else looks after Adony.
What
that
are you
is my
talking
job.
about?
I'm pregnant, I'm drinking for tea. I'm a hairdresser. I live in a world of bitchiness.
He's a moron who I finally exposed for his true colours at last.
I refuse to diminish my character to survive. I refuse. Craig is nearly been defeated.
Snow is falling in Moscow.
171, 172. Sexual.
Well, it's great housemate. Come on, Craig. OK, today's call BBLB is Ask Craig Anything. Let's go straight to phones. Not much time left. Is it Chris in Hampshire?
Yeah, hiya, Derm.
Hiya, Chris. How you doing?
I'm fine. Missing you already.
Thank you very much. Go for it, Chris. What's your question?
Hi, Craig.
Hello.
Hi. If you was on a sinking ship with three of your favourite people, Anthony, Maxwell and Robbie Williams, who would you give your life jacket to?
Ooh. I would give my life jacket to Maxwell.
Oh, wow. Didn't expect that, love.
No. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
David in the Wirral. Hello, David.
Hi, Dermot.
Hiya, mate. Go for it.
All right, great, mate. I was just wondering, why was you gossiping between Macozy and Eugene? Because you put Eugene in a compromising position. It wasn't very nice.
Because at the end of the day, if Eugene had the guts to say something, he should have said it. The reason I said it to Mackenzie was because, in my opinion, she was doing something good for the house, and I didn't like how his attitude was. He was just sitting there gossiping about Derek. But I actually did tell Eugene myself about that, so I did tell him that I didn't come on here to clean, and nor did Mackenzie. And, you know, and I wasn't the first person to do it, and I won't be the last.
Cool.
All right, David?
Cool, Dermot.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Good answer. Will in Durham, do you think anybody used you in any way in the Big Brother house?
I don't really know. I haven't watched it yet. I'll be able to tell him when I watch it.
OK. Charlie in Edinburgh, if you'd have been in the Big Brother house when Mackenzie took off a wig, unveiling her hair in such a state, would you have fixed it for her for the finale?
Definitely not.
Why?
Because I wanted it to look as bad as possible.
We don't have much time, but just what are the system lords?
I don't know, I made them up. But they all believed him, though, didn't they?
I believed him. I was trying to look up on the internet. I Googled it. Not a problem at all. That's all we've got time for today, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up. It's been a brilliant housemate. Craig, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks to Craig, thanks to his friends and family, and, of course, thanks to Paddy. Don't miss the last Diary Room Uncut, 7:30 tonight on E4. Big Brother tonight, 10 o'clock on Channel 4. I don't believe there are any surprise evictions tonight. We're back tomorrow, 7:35 on Channel 4 with the finale. Take care. See you then. God bless. Bye-bye. Thank you.